All right, well, gun writer Lee Williams joins us this hour. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you are talking about us today about a big conference you went to up in Tampa, right?
The gun lobby came to Southwest Florida last weekend. It was the Gun Rights Policy Conference, the 31st annual Gun Rights Policy Conference, which is put on by the Second Amendment Foundation. And everybody was there. There were individuals, there were activists, there were grassroots groups. It was 2.5 days of talking about gun policy, education. It was incredible. I got to speak on Sunday to the group. I was in the old media group, and what can the old media, I know, I'm like the oldest media there. What can the old media do to push gun rights forward? There were new media groups. There was anybody who's anybody in the gun community was there. I got to see Sheriff Wayne Ivey, Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey, who came out with this video on basically saying enough is enough. He wants the citizens in Brevard County to arm themselves. He put that little video on his sheriff's website. He said on Sunday that it has received 29 million views.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that
I know. You talk about
amazing.
viral.
Yeah. And powerful, yeah.
It was interesting. I got to meet Alan Gottlieb, the head of Second Amendment Foundation, Massad Ayub, who is a legend in the gun training community. He wrote a book, In the Gravest Extreme, around 1980. I think I have 2 copies. He was there. He was presenting. It was just an incredible time, talking about where gun rights are going to go forward locally and nationally, and just being around some like-minded folks and hearing some ideas. Also, there were books everywhere. Everybody, I walked out of there with like 4 books to review.
Wow.
A fantastic time.
I was going to ask you who there impressed you the most, or who you want to meet, but you just mentioned the
Alan Gottlieb,
whole,
the head of Second Amendment Foundation, is an incredible guy, and he single-handedly is doing more for gun rights than I'll ever do the rest of my life. Second Amendment Foundation, they basically go around the country when there's been a violation of the Second Amendment, a serious one, they'll file suit, and they win. Most of the time, damn near all the time. They have a good triage. If somebody's rights were violated, they'll look at the case and they file, and at least they come out of there with attorney's fees. They're doing a lot behind the scenes. An incredible group.
That's amazing.
More active than some of the other ones, some of the bigger ones out there.
So you made some connections, so you think you'll be working with some of these folks, calling upon them for
Yes, we'll be having them on our show. We'll be having them in stories. I'm looking to have Mr. Gottlieb in a story coming up soon.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, it's just an incredible weekend, and right here in Tampa. The next one will be in Dallas, and I've been asked to speak at that one too, so we'll head down there next year.
Good for you. Anything else you're working on that you think you might want to?
Yeah, we've got something coming on a guest column that's pretty interesting on basically on the war on terror and how it's touching all of us now. It's written by a good friend, a bodyguard, a trainer, a great law enforcement trainer. How you can prepare for a mall shooting, for something like that. Serious, not fun, but needed.
Yeah, definitely to speak about that and think about that in this day and age.
Yeah.
Also, on a lighter note, I want to ask you, you have some new swag, I see.
Yeah, we got team
nice.
shirts. Team shirts. We're happy. We'll have more swag coming up.
All right, we'll bring one this
Thanks
way.
for noticing.
Right. Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week, and we'll see you guys here right after this. Stick around.